And we're back with another episode of the group chat. And I am your host, B Scar, aka Beach. And I'm with my co-host, my dog, Alley-oop.
Your boy, Deej, man. How you doing, brother? How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm coming off of a weekend with a bunch of travel. I was
Okay.
up and down the West Coast this weekend, Deej. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, what you was doing, man? What you had going?
I went up. I took the train from Portland to Seattle, went to a wedding in the San Juan Islands, which is off the
Mm.
coast of Washington State. Beautiful islands over there. The island I was at was Orcas Island. I didn't see any orcas, but there's a ton of them in the water up there. Went to a wedding and then went back to Seattle, flew down to San Jose, and was in the Bay for a charity golf tournament on Monday. And boy, I gotta tell you, man, the swing was actually decent out there, Deej.
Looking good?
It was actually solid, man. I haven't played golf in like 2 years. And I got out there and I was pretty typical off the tee. I've never been great off the tee, but the irons were working for me in my short game. I had a couple big putts. I had some solid chips. So I left the course encouraged.
Come on, bro. I feel like a man who's as well versed in many things as you are. You should be golfing a little bit more than like this the first time in 2 years. You got to get out there.
I know. I missed the last couple of seasons because it just takes a lot of time, man. You know, around the 18 is taking a good 4 hour chunk out of your day. It's just a lot.
It's a commitment for sure. It definitely is a commitment. I will give you that. It's definitely something you got to really. And you're not really like a commit that much time to that sort of thing type of person. You'd rather get some work done.
Exactly, bro. I'm productivity, man. I'm all about leisure. I'm all about leisure and shit. But like, I don't know. On my Saturday, do I want to spend 4 or 5 hours on the golf course? I don't know. I don't know. But next season, I'm back. I'm back on it, man. Tell me, Deej, how was your last couple of weeks? It's been a minute since we checked in.
Yeah, man, everything's been great, bro. Monday Night Football
Mm,
got a dub.
mm.
Sack.
Let's go. Let's
The
go.
show out. Big Gravy was out there in full effect. Hey, you
Yeah.
know. Uh, when the
Grave
my
day.
boy, shout out to my dog Rock. My dog Rock got a dub in T-ball during the bye week. Went out there, got to see my boy. He went 2 for 2, and we had to put out a third.
Okay.
Um, We're working on flag football. Flag football is in progress. We did have some good snaps. We're playing center right now. We had some good snaps. And flag football is tough and four, bro. It's just a bunch of kids out there just running around. But I'm trying to get them to focus on like snapping the ball, then going to block. But they don't really practice and stuff yet, so it's just it would be him just like knowing what to do. So we're getting there. But you know, my boy's doing good. We had another T-ball game tonight, man. So we already 1 for 1. We got a hit already and scored a run. Got an RBI. So it's up. It's been good. The last couple weeks been really good for you, boy.
So if you're taking Rocky's T-ball game and you're comparing it against his flag football game, what would you say he's better at right now?
T-ball for sure. For way better.
Hands down.
Hands down. I mean, he okay. I might take that back because like being able to snap is pretty hard at this age, and he got that down in a couple of questions. Like he asked a couple of questions, we figured it out, and he was like, bet, and I was like, oh, all right, I guess he know what he's doing. So all right, cool.
Okay, so he's snapping the ball back there. He's getting it back to the quarterback. Are they in shotgun? Are they in shotgun or under center?
That's the thing, they're in shotgun. All the kids are in shotgun, bro.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. They did it. First of all, B Scar, they did a fake handoff pass. I said, "You come on, guys." I wanted to look at the coaches and be like, what are we doing here? Like
They
yo,
went fake handoff pass, so it was a little play action back then.
oh, a little play action, read action,
Okay.
little read.
Oh, it
Ah,
was zone read action.
hey, a little one of those.
You tell the coach it's too soon for the gimmicks. It's too
It's
early
too
for
much.
the gimmicks, coach.
It's too much. They can't even figure out to just run to the wide side of the field. Everybody's running to the boundary. I'm like, come on, guys. There's way more space over here. Just go over here. There's more space for you to win if you just go this way. And they just kids, bro. They figure it out. They'll figure it out.
What type of sideline parent are you gonna be? Are you pressing the coach like they need to call better plays? Are you talking to the coach after the game? Having a debrief with him. What kind of sideline parent are you, bro?
Doing none of that, bro. I'm just working with my kid. I'm gonna
Okay.
work with my kid, and what gets called in the game and that's out of my control. I'm trying to make sure I vet the coaches and it's a good program. But I'm not about to be I'm not about to be second guessing that man. So Rocky feel like he can second guess them people. Man, I hate those parents.
Right,
This
right.
work with your kid. This is one. This is not the end all be all. Like this isn't professional sports where you're expecting like your coach to be the greatest coach ever, hopefully. But like trying to just get these kids better. So if this coach is doing things that I feel like will get my child better, I don't care what he calls, man. That's up to that man. I'm not gonna be that sideline parent, especially not in football. I think in baseball and the sport I can like talk to my son a little bit more about his pitch selection that he's choosing to swing at. But other than that, nah, I'm straight, bro.
Right.
I'm gonna be watching them, be there, being supportive, be there to be hard on him when he needs to be hard on, and be there to be reassuring and supportive when he needs that too. So that's all. That's all I'm there for, bro.
I feel that. I respect that. Just locked in on the individual performance. Making sure
Facts.
young Rock is good.
Making sure he's solid, bro. I want the team to win so bad. I do, trust me. But I just want my boy to be solid, bro. Like I ain't even saying he got to be the best. I just want him to work hard. Just try hard.
just give it all you got.
I can live with any results if you are working hard. I don't care. I don't care about none of that other stuff. No results. Those mean nothing to me. If you go out there and work hard, hey, it's cool. We good.
Man.
We're good. How do you feel you're gonna be?
Uh, I think I'll be the same. I think I'll be honest. I mean, I think at some point I'll probably start to coach the kids. I don't think we go too long without me stepping on that in that coach's booth and and pulling out the playbook for the what I mean, becoming, if not the offensive coordinator, I'm in, D coordinating. I could see that in my future. I just don't know. I was gonna say I don't know which sport or how many sports, but I could see myself getting really involved. Yeah, like really hands on.
Yeah, I plan on being really involved. I'd rather be involved in the like football position coach like factor, and then like
Yeah,
some stuff like. But I don't being the head coach now. I feel like that's just too many. People always think you're playing your kid because it's your kid. I would rather
right.
I'd rather be like a volunteer parent, not a head coach. I don't want to be any of anything.
Yeah. You ain't gonna have to worry about that though, because Rocky gonna be hands down, clearly the best out there. You don't gotta worry
You know,
about there ain't
you
gonna be no
always hope
questions
face
on
like
why
you don't know that.
Rocky's playing. Trust me.
You don't know that, dog. Like you don't know that. And like you hope that that's the
Yeah,
case. You don't know. Like
yeah, that's true. I'm putting it
no.
in there for you, man. I'm putting it in there. Um, bro, we got a debrief. So Clemson and Stanford, they played a couple of weeks ago.
They
And
did.
in our last show, we placed a friendly wager. And the wager
Mm-hmm.
was that when Stanford goes to Death Valley to play the Clemson Tigers, If they lose, then I had to eat a pancake for every point they lose by. And you were gracious enough to give me 6.5 points because, I mean, it was a massive spread and the odds were entirely in your favor. So I appreciate the points. You gave me 6.5. My Stanford Cardinal, unfortunately, got the brakes beat off their ass. It was 40-14. Minus that 6.5. I ate 19.5 pancakes a couple of Saturdays ago, man.
Man, you're a real one for that one, dog. I just appreciate you following through, man. That's the heart of a champion. No matter what they say about those Stanford Cardinals, the heart of a champion.
Yeah. Somebody's staying accountable over here. Somebody's staying accountable to the standard. A Scarlett always keeps his word, okay? A Cardinal always
Speaking
keeps
of
his word.
Hey, speaking of coaching, this could be your route, bro. That could be your route. Go back. Hey, man, turn the library around. Turn the library around, dog. Get this thing popping.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that that happened to y'all because I knew that you were coming to the valley, bro. Like it's a tough place to play. Maybe in the library y'all got a chance to win. Probably not, but y'all put up a good fight, man. It was a good battle. I actually watched the game, so I was really impressed with that receiver that y'all have.
Mm-hmm.
The
Are you Manor?
quarterback's going to be okay. And that corner, y'all had a corner that was pretty good. Had a tough game. Y'all just clearly ran into an opponent that was superior. But other than that, y'all will be a great add to the ACC. Man, it's going to get better for y'all. Y'all got a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't think that this is darkness at the end of that tunnel. There is light at the end of that tunnel.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we gotta get used to the travel. You know what I mean? We go all the way over there to the Carolinas. We're not used to going over there. I'm sure it was hot. There was a certain level of humidity in the air that we got to get used to in North Carolina. You know what I mean? The bugs were probably out, the mosquitoes and all of that. So my guys got a lot to adjust to. So they might not go out there next year, but they'll go out there the year after that, and I imagine they'll be in a better position. So, maybe the talent had a little bit to do with it. Just the level of talent and recruits and everything that y'all got. But I think it was all the circumstantial stuff that we're dealing with, just adjusted to the time change, the sun. The sun is in your eye in a kind of a different way than it is on the West Coast. So, hell yeah, we needed that trial run.
Brother, we had a hurricane a couple days before.
So what are you saying?
Brother, the
What you
weather.
mean?
And we scheduled y'all on homecoming. Brother, there was no thought put into this. The hurricane came through. They do this tradition at Clemson. They do the floats, man. Hurricane came through, destroyed all the floats. So the guys went out there and handled business, man. But like I said, I'm glad that we give y'all a true welcome to the ACC.
Yeah.
You're very, you're very hype about going to play Syracuse and in that dome. Now I will say that might have been tough. If y'all flew back from Syracuse and then traveled back to Clemson, I'll give y'all that stuff. I don't know why they would do that. They should just somehow find a way for kids to be out of a week of class or something. But because
Hmm.
that's a tough ask on kids to go 6 hours, back 6 hours, back 6 hours. That's a lot.
Yep, that's what happens when you obliterate the Pac-12 conference, man. This past weekend, there were several upsets in college football. Vanderbilt
Mm-hmm.
topped
Mm-hmm.
Bama. Arkansas
Mm-hmm.
beat Tennessee. Both of those teams were in the top five. And there were actually five top 15 teams upset by opponents, and four of those opponents were unranked. So they have the expanded playoff this year. what do you think that this does with all of these teams being upset? Um, how do you think it's going to end up shaking out for the playoff?
Clemson should be top five. That's all I'm here to say. Top five. Top five. We went out there and lost to Georgia the first game of the season. And since then, all everybody else has done is nothing but lose. You should be talking about your Cal Bears who got cheated by Miami. But I see what the ACC is trying to do. They got to make sure we get two teams in there. I think this new college football playoff is bullshit. That's what it is. It's bullshit. Because they're going to still front load it with SEC and Big Ten teams. They're going to make an excuse for these guys no matter who the fuck they lose to or what they do, or it doesn't matter. They lose to whoever. Michigan gets embarrassed at home, doesn't move. They're putting up 14 points a game, barely move. You know what I'm saying? Like Bama goes to lose to Vanderbilt? Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on, man. And then they're going to say, well, the SEC just beats up on it. I don't want to hear that shit, dog. I don't want to hear that. I don't. Who lost to Arkansas? Who was that? Who's that lost to Arkansas?
Tennessee.
Everybody's just so great in the SEC, dog. But they get all the respect. But that's the thing. They lose the teams that people don't freaking talk about in the SEC. And those teams don't beat nobody else either. So I don't want to hear it about how these teams. I just don't like that it's going to be so front loaded, bro. But I do like that it's opened up recruiting more for college football. So they got to come up my house and say it's good for the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of recruiting, so we had college game day out in Berkeley for the first time ever. They were at the Cal Miami game, and when I tell you, man, I saw Marshawn out there on the panel next to McAfee and Kirk and the boys, and they were down on campus. I saw this kid Daniel hit a 30, 40-yard field goal for
Thanks.
$100,000. The
Thanks.
way that I saw that campus turned up, man. And then when game time started, I saw a few highlights, and that stadium was packed out. And I just had to think to myself, how many recruits out there nationally are watching this game like, who the hell is Cal? Where is this? And they
Thanks.
proceeded to their Google, or maybe these young kids, maybe they went to the TikTok, and they realized that Berkeley, California is right in the beautiful Bay Area. And they said, damn, the number one public school in the world? Oh, I might have to check that out. And that stadium's cracking like that. Night games, and they was beating up on Miami. Oh man, I'm excited about the fortune for Cal going forward.
Man, it looked good for them, man. And they got cheated at the end. Let's be honest here. Because there were three offensive linemen in the end zone. That was clearly linemen downfield. You cannot throw a pass after that. So
Mm,
we just call
mm,
a spade got
yeah,
cheated at the end of the game. I guess you can't leave
yeah,
it up in the referee's hands, but they got a job too.
yeah.
Everybody says it's in their hands, but they got a job to do. They always get bailed out by that shit. But it's cool. It's cool. Cool.
That's a
You
fact.
can see teed up about some stuff today, man.
Nah, I
Teed
hear you,
up.
man. Hey, I hear you. I hear
I
you.
know that was nice. As one person who's been to beautiful Berkeley, California, it is nice, y'all. I'm here to tell you, it's nice.
It's good vibes. It's good vibes.
Very
We're playing some good football out there too. We're playing some good football.
leave to go to Stanford, but it is nice. It is nice.
Yeah,
And
it
he
was
does
nice. It was nice. It was not nice seeing Michael Irvin pent up on all fours on the sideline. He could have left that back in Miami. We not doing that out in Berkeley. But he brought that Miami culture out to Berkeley, and I guess maybe that's how they got the victory because Michael Irvin was willing to toot that thing up on the sideline. I don't know, man. I don't know. Beyond me.
That shit was wild, bro. Michael Irvin, a legend, bro, but I don't know what. Come on, man. Just watch the game.
Beyond me.
Let me
Beyond
normal
me.
watch the game, man. That was a mascot out there. They had my boy.
Crazy.
Oh,
Did
man.
you've surpassed me in the pick'em. You've surpassed me.
Mm.
You're up on me 1 point. It's 10-11. It's obviously because I was emotionally forced to choose Stanford last week against Clemson, and we had to be on
Mm.
opposite sides of the table. So that was the swing. But we're back this week. We got another week, right? And I'm ready to pick myself up. So, are you ready to get these pick'ems in?
I think our producer should do like a recap for last week. And you told me. Actually, I remember the words, but I don't. I'm not gonna repeat
Oh,
them.
what were the words? What'd I say?
Recap where he told me he's gonna be double me the next week. Next time we pull these pickups up, and that's just one pick, y'all. I was down two, so therefore he had. I went up on him by three. I mean, I'm up on him by one, so that means I got three more right than he did. Even if he takes his heart out of it, I still get two more right than he.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Man, don't let this guy. Let's make our picks, man. Don't let this guy trick y'all with these Jedi mind tricks.
I don't know if that
I
math
was,
is math in there. I don't know.
I'm, that's right.
All right.
Pull up the graphic.
Ole Miss at LSU.
Give me Ole Miss.
Okay, I'm gonna go LSU. Texas versus Oklahoma. I'm gonna go Texas.
I'm sorry, DB. We're gonna go Texas, man.
Ohio State at Oregon. This is number 2 Ohio State at number 3 Oregon. In Eugene. And good old Eugene, Oregon. Eugene.
I don't believe in Ohio State. I never have. Give me Oregon, bro. I don't believe it. I love that receiver, though. Ohio State's got that receiver. He's like that.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Oregon too, Represent the Pac-12. We got number 18 Kansas State at Colorado. Shedeur. I personally haven't been a big fan of Shedeur in Colorado this year.
Actually, you know what? Scope Buffs, baby. Just to make it interesting.
Okay. Make it interesting. Make it interesting.
So, give me the Buffs, man.
I got Kansas State.
I've already denied my man in Kansas State one time this year. I don't like that I'm doing this, but give me Shedeur, dog.
We got number 16 Utah at Arizona State.
Utah. Ain't Utah quarterback like 30 years old?
Yeah, he's in his 8th season. He's in his red shirt, gray shirt, black shirt year.
I got them versus whoever he played.
Yeah, I got Utah too. I like Utah. That concludes our college segment. Shall we move to the pros? Shall we move to the league?
Should we talk about Mizzou, or should we just let that just slide on by?
Oh, damn. I didn't actually see that anywhere here on the production sheet.
I know, that's kind of crazy, right?
That's strange. That's strange. I'm not sure what's happened to Missouri. MIZ, I think.
Yeah, I didn't see them on the sheet this week. What?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's
They're
going
not
on.
playing a ranked opponent. They're not playing a ranked opponent. So it wasn't a noteworthy game.
Oh.
But they were the only team of that 5 that lost to a ranked opponent. So our loss was way better than Bama or Tennessee or Michigan or USC. So that's all.
Kyler Murray has not only been connecting with Marvin Harrison Jr. this year, he's actually been securing some other connections off the field. He secured the Call of Duty partnership after years of trolling, I didn't know this. I guess Kyler Murray, he's a big gamer.
Yeah.
and the fans, they give him shit for it. And I imagine, back when it was put into his contract about how he had to hit a minimum threshold of study hours in order for him to get paid his full amount. I'm sure the fans was like, yo, if you would spend less time on this Call of Duty and more time in your playbook, you would get all your money. And now Kyler is like, yo, forget y'all, because actually all that time I was spending on Call of Duty just got me a bag on top of my NFL contract. Love to see it.
Love to see it, man. You love to see it. I mean, maybe he can do both. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my boy's out there balling. He's having a good year. And when they were giving him shit for it, granted, now the fans were giving him shit and he was not playing great. So it was it was warranted, but he's playing amazing this year, bro. Bro out there balling out. And winning. They got a young team with some energy. So my boy balling this year. He got his deal. He said, not only did I get this bag, I got a bag on top of my bag. So I ain't trying to hear what none of y'all saying. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, they'll be less hard on me because they win the games out here.
All right, I got a question for you. So I guess there were rumors in his contract that there were limits on gaming time, and I've seen cats not pay attention in meetings before. I've seen some dudes, do some things during meeting time that ain't got nothing to do with football. Do you think that Kyler could potentially be playing Call of Duty during the squad meeting?
I don't know if he's playing
Is
Call
that on the
of Duty.
table?
No, I think more so maybe like he could be going home. I'm not saying he's doing this, but he could be going home and just playing the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying? I'm
It's
not
out
gonna
of the.
say
He's keeping it out of the facility.
yeah, I don't think he's like in the facility. I think that would be crazy. I think that would be a lot. I don't think they're like your $200 million quarterbacks playing at the facility. That'd be tough. He would
Yeah,
just have to not care at all what anybody thinks about anything in any
yeah.
capacity.
No, that'd be reckless. It'd be reckless.
That
I mean, you can see
would
it.
be like,
It might be in the locker room. I imagine that game is offered in the players' lounge. I imagine there's Call of Duty.
I don't think so. I don't think to the extent that he plays. Like online, you got your own
Mm,
tag set up, this and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like I
right,
think
right,
you can,
right.
but like being online, it's like that's a lot. Like I don't think that's all.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Going
guess that's true. That's true. I saw recently they got a new. I think it's a new PSP. You remember the PSPs back in the day?
on.
I had a friend that just got a new one. It's a new generation. But when I tell you that screen is about as big as the laptop screen that I'm looking at right now, but it's in like controller form, you got the buttons. I was like, this is crazy. He was playing Madden. I jumped on the Madden with him for a little bit, just on a little PSP game. I haven't been a gamer since like early years in the league. 2017, 18 was probably my last time really being consistently on the game. But things have evolved since then. So shout out to Kyler, man, securing that bag. That's a good place to be in.
Things have evolved since then, bro. You gotta get back on. I play all the time. I don't like play as often as I used to, but I do play more. I guess I would say I play with my homeboys just because that's the only way that their girls don't get mad when being on the top with all of us together. So we get on the
Yeah,
game and all get in the party, then you tell us that we can't talk and be on the game together. So it's a little bit simpler, but we all play together. I might start streaming a little bit. We'll see. I might just see what that's going by just for my happiness. Because I'll be funny over here. I never talk back to the people I play against online. I just kind of talk to myself.
yeah, yeah. I think I'd probably rather golf. I'd rather waste my time playing golf.
Yeah, you man, you got the golf part. I'll be over here entertaining the online fans.
News dropped recently that the New York Jets fired their
Yeah,
head coach, Robert Saleh.
that's unfortunate.
Man, I saw that headline, and I was just like, yo, I feel like Saleh's a solid coach, man. Like, he had a lot of success with the Niners, right? When he came over to the Jets, and he's defensive minded head coach. Feel like he's got a good energy with the guys. Um, so it surprised me, man. And he's fired now with the Jets sitting at 2-3. Obviously, this is Aaron Rodgers' second season. There's big expectations for Aaron, and the Jets organization, and 2-3 isn't cutting it, but it is early, man. We're talking, it's week 5. There's a lot of football to go, and so to see a firing this early makes me think that maybe it's there's some things outside of the performance of the team that this decision was being based off of. That there's potentially some political pieces, some conflicts going on within the front office, within the building that maybe we're not privy to, because it's not like they haven't won a game. If they were 0-5, like, okay, yeah, you got to get out there. But
What are they, 2-3?
they're 2-3, yeah.
Yeah, that's early. And also, isn't he the defensive coach? Like a defensive mind? Yeah.
He is defensive minded, but the interim head coach actually is the defensive coordinator. So they took this guy up.
Exactly. So I'm confused as to what they felt. I'm one of those guys who believes like obviously the head coach has to coach the whole team, but when you ask for either a defensive minded coach or offensive minded coach, that coach is usually going to spend more time with that side of the ball. Though he's the head coach, just what he's going to watch, what he prefers, is what he's grown, what his background is. Um, the defense, if I'm not mistaken, last year was top 5. Uh, good defense this year. Yeah, really good defense. I don't see it how it comes down to that guy is what I'm saying. And like you said, they're 2-3. That's what I'm not getting. I don't know what it is, but that's what kind of puzzles me on that whole situation is you're 2-3. He's a defensive minded guy, and your defense, statistically over the last since he's been there has been good.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about, like, what is Aaron Rodgers' involvement in Saleh's dismissal. Is this him being not fully satisfied with the situation, and saying that, hey, if I'm gonna be here and have a chance to win over the next couple of seasons, or however long he has left on his contract, then this guy, you got to get somebody else in there. That's what I feel like. For me, that's like, I think about why this move potentially happens. It boils down to that, because like, your franchise quarterback who's is 41 years old, he's been in the league longer than a lot of his coaching staff. You know what I mean? It's like what he says is going in that building. So, and if Aaron wanted Saleh to stay, I imagine that he would stand on the table and be like, "Nah, it's early on in the season. Let's keep this guy here, so we can have a chance to go and win." I mean, I don't know. I think it's interesting because some teams, when you see a midseason firing of the head coach, sometimes that sparks, uh, like a re-engagement of the team. The team kind of starts to get some energy. I feel like that happens every time, where like the new interim guy can just kind of be more free and have more fun in practice, so then the team maybe is playing with more energy. But it also goes the other way, because positive energy don't always equal wins.
It does not, and that's the thing for me. It's like you said, I guess he would stand up on the table for him, but like, you're just gonna let that man just go at 2-3. You got a chance, and he's still not. I don't know. He doesn't call offensive plays.
Yeah.
Put off on offense, and it is what it is. But like, it can be fixed. They got good players, so it can be obviously be fixed. But like, what does he have to do with that at all? Like that's the thing that has nothing to do with him. So it's like it's not a full team thing. They don't look awful as a full team. You look bad on one specific area of the ball, and you have for a long time.
Deej, have you ever been on a team that had a head coach firing midseason?
Nah, man, no, but I have to keep all my coaches, fortunately.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting, man. So the first year that you were out of Houston in 2020, you were in Cincinnati. I was still in Houston at that time. Um, we started 0-4, and Bill O'Brien got fired. He got canned after we started 0-4, and bro, it was such a crazy time in Houston because you talk about politics and just a lot of things going on in the front office. There were a lot of politics. There was this long Sports Illustrated article about Jack Easterby, who came over as like being a chaplain with the Patriots, and he came over with the Texans, and he somehow was like essentially like the assistant GM, uh, and was basically second in charge to Coach O'Brien, who at that time he was operating as head coach and as general manager. And Jack Easterby was close to Coach O'Brien, but he was also seemingly close with ownership. And so when we ended up starting 0-4, uh, there was a lot of things that went on. It seems that outside of just the performance of the team that led to Coach O'Brien's demise and getting fired. And I remember like the first practice or the first week of practice after Coach OB left, and it was so loose out in practice. Like it was super loose because Rack had taken over, right? Romeo Cornell was the head guy, love Rack, legend. And he was a little on the reins. Coach OB would keep things tight. And so it was cool, but I think we maybe won that upcoming game with against the Jaguars, so we were 1-4, and it was like, oh yeah, this positive energy is leading to wins. Then after that, it was kind of more the same how it began. It was shitty, and I just remember the thought of like, man, I miss Coach O'Brien's like pushing us to go win. Like that dude wanted to win. You know what I mean? So like the loose and positive energy, all that was cool. But it was like, man, at the end of the day, I don't know if this is the best decision for our team. Because us starting 0-4 isn't all about Coach OB. This is, it was 2020, so we were all virtual meetings. It's COVID time. Dudes were falling asleep during meetings. They're chilling on the couch when we're on our iPads. We're not in the meeting room. Like there were so many things that contributed to us starting 0-4 outside of outside of Coach O'Brien and what he was bringing to the table. So, bro, I just think there's so much political shit that goes behind these coaching decisions. And man, I hope Saleh lands on his feet because it seems like he's a good dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, this you talking about Coach O'Brien who just went to the playoffs the year before. Like Coach O'Brien who went one division, what 3 out of the 5 years
Bro,
he was
dominating the AFC South. Dominating.
like, you know what I'm saying? I think did a great job. So I mean, it happened. I don't know how it happens or why it happens, bro, but it happens, and it's unfortunate. And like you said, there were a lot of political things. I mean, shoot, I remember there being a lot of political things when I was on my way out of there. It's just that led to me not resigning, and so it was just interesting, man, to kind of watch that whole thing happen. It was I always describe to people how that one was kind of like for me, especially like going to a new team and then being having a different perspective. Like I was like, when you're inside the house, you don't know the house is on fire. And then you get outside and like, damn, I could have burned
Mm,
up in there.
mm,
Like,
yeah.
you like, damn, it really was on fire. So it was just kind of crazy.
It
But
got toasty in
I
there.
we got toasty. Hopefully the Jets. You know what? I don't. I don't wish anything good for the Jets. Don't wish anything bad. I got nothing really to say.
I hear you, brother. I
Go
hear you.
figure. It's just it's unfortunate. Like you said, he seems like a good. That's unfortunate as hell.
Hurricane
Yeah,
Helena, Hurricane
I
Milton.
think it's
Is it Helene?
yeah. I think it's Lane. I think I don't know. Don't get me.
Yeah, I don't know
All I
what.
know, it hit a bunch of places pretty hard. Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, Savannah, that area, Greenville, mountains of Carolinas is pretty. Western Carolina is pretty rough right now. So just keep it hard. I think they said the total of the total hurricane is up 200 in all areas, and people without power, without water, without a bunch of things, man. So just keep the prayers for just that region of the country in your heart. It's just tough. And I think there's another hurricane coming tomorrow. Supposed to hit tomorrow. So
Man,
if
prayers
your
up.
loved ones come out there, check on them. If you can send resources, send them. I know I got something up on my page with some folks that I know what they're doing. But it's a tough thing, and just prayers out to all those folks, man.
Yeah, prayers up. Hopefully it isn't too bad going forward. But yeah, praying for all of those affected. Today is Amazon Prime Day, or Amazon Prime Day is this week. What's on your wish list on Amazon? Or DJ, what is your MO when it comes to the Amazon app? Are you one of those guys who lets the shopping cart build up, or are you a buy now, pull the trigger kind of guy?
Uh,
What's your
I kind
strategy?
I kind of let the shopping cart build up, man. I'm more of a builder upper kind of.
A builder upper.
Let the shopping cart build all up, and then that's how it goes. But a lot of times I'm like a buy now. I don't know. It's a mix. It depends. It depends. I'll save a lot of things for later too, and I feel like maybe I should do that right now. Maybe I should indulge. What about
Yeah.
you? What are you?
Oh, I'm an indulger, bro. I'm an absolute indulger when it comes to Amazon, man. I I'll add it to my cart if there's a chance that I might want to indulge later.
Hmm.
I'm never on Amazon. I'm never like just buy my whole cart type of situation. I'm always buy right now. So how I've recently been doing it is like when I know there's something that I want and something that I need, and in the moment I think about it and I realize it, I'm straight to Amazon and I click those 2, 3 buttons and I'm buying it right now. A good example. I was outside working in my backyard a couple of weeks ago. My backyard's a little bit muddy. I have some drainage issues back there. I'm trying to get fixed up here at the treehouse. But I was back there in my boots and I finish up after I was mowing the lawn. I was doing some stuff. I finish up and I come back in the garage and I like try to keep my garage floor clean because I got, I got my gym in there. I got my truck in there, all this stuff. So I like to keep it clean. Now I'm tracking some mud through the garage. I looked down. I tried to stomp off the mud. I had to take my shoes off and I had to clamp them together. That whole thing. And I realized, well, I need one of those things where I can just like, have some, it's like the iron wool, right? Like kind of thing that you can just clean your boots off with. You know what I mean? Like one of those things that go on the ground, you clean your boots off with. So immediately I was like, I need this. I want this, and I bought it right there.
I feel you. When we get off this, I'm gonna go look and see what they got, man. I'm gonna in the group chat with what I'm thinking. I have pretty much everything I need though, but there might be something I don't have. Something that catches my eye, tickles my fancy a little
Amazon, man, they got to figure it out. They shoot, buy something in 2, 3 clicks. That's
bit. 10 days too. It's like, pull up.
And that shit is there tomorrow. you,
All right.
you said by right now. It'll be here by tomorrow, 5 p.m. Oh, yeah, for sure. Our last topic. California signs a law banning foods in schools that contain chemicals that have been linked to behavioral issues in children. So that's the headline. DJ, would you like me to list off some of the foods that they've banned?
Yeah, bro.
Some of these foods and beverages they contain certain type of dyes, certain green dyes, yellow dyes, red dyes, some food dyes that have been proven not to be healthy for our children and affect their behavior negatively. So some of these are like Cheetos, Doritos, Skittles, M&M's, Starburst, Gatorade, Mountain Dew, Captain Crunch, Ruffles, Takis, just to name a few. These are some of the products that have been banned in schools. Now I don't know. I haven't done my research on what they got going on in North Carolina or what they got going on in Detroit. But what you think, man? Do you think this is the law that should be passed around the country? Should this become federal, Deej?
My question is, are they just not selling them, or I can't bring my own to school?
Mm, good question. It's a good
They're not
question.
selling the machines, or I can't pull up to school with my own. Because I'm cool with them not selling them at vending machine.
I gotta
But
imagine that's the case.
okay, okay. If they want to have that excuse, whatever, whatever. Them
They
kids
just,
still gonna act. They gonna stay still act the ass. Now they're just gonna be fucking hungry and acting the ass. They're just gonna be starving, starving.
they going across the street to 7-Eleven to cop those talkies.
Yeah, they're just gonna bring them. And now, you know what it's gonna cause? You're gonna cause bullying. That's what you're gonna cause. Because it's gonna be some kid who can't afford to go across the street and get some Takis. And he's gonna take his or hers or whoever has it. He's
Hey,
gonna. He's not gonna ask for it. He's gonna take it.
but that's the sign. That's not what the science says, because since he's not indulging in these foods, he'll have better behavior. So he will not do the bullying. It's them kids with the king size Dorito bags who out there bullying the kids because their behavior is getting thrown off by all the red and orange dye in the Doritos.
You realize, like, I don't know about your school, maybe not, but like half my high school teammates, they ate Cheetos for lunch. They didn't have they don't. These kids don't eat. Hell, half of them don't eat before they leave the house. Don't eat at lunch. Don't eat. So you're just like you taking the one thing that they do eat, and what are you gonna do? You gonna force them to eat something else? Like like is that what you're gonna do? Is that what you feel like you should do? So that like is that's what you think is gonna work? Because it's not. It's not. That's what those kids do, bro. It's not saving nothing from vending machines. You don't think they're gonna stop by the freaking store and be like, hold like that? Some of them kids will hold that bus driver up. But you know what I pray for, and I'm happy there's gonna be some little hustler who's gonna come up off of this because right now he's thinking of ways that he can sneak these snacks into his book bag and get them to school and get them off. You
Yo,
young blood, do your thing, boy. You do your
yo, I got
you
these
do
Cheetos. Yo, I got this Captain Crunch. You need
Cheetos, Doritos, all the shit they said we can't have. I got it.
you need that Mountain Dew? What's up? I got the blue flavor. I got the blue flavor. What's up?
Yeah, bro. I feel like we should be talking to our kids about things literally in moderation. Like, bro, you can't. Obviously, those things aren't healthy. Teaching you true nutritional facts about those things will hopefully help you make better choices. But you trying not to give people the option of choice because you think that like this going man. I know what made me up when I was a kid. I was eating Doritos, Cheetos, Fritos, all the O's. Daddy came around popping that belt. Came around popping that belt. Man, that got right. I don't care what O's I had. I don't, I don't care how many mountains came around, pow, pow. And hey, let me act right. You know what I'm saying? Dude,
Yeah, man.
that's what they need. Talk about some, yeah. They was doing it. Ain't enough pow, pow. Ain't enough, yeah. No fear. There's no fear in these kids' hearts.
No feeling their hearts.
I'll tell you what's going to happen to mine if he eats some Fritos or Doritos or Cheetos and start tripping. A little pow pow. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy, just to let him know that, hey, man, you might have glitched out for a second, had an out of body experience. Maybe you just, you wasn't recognizing things right at the moment. I just had to make sure you were straight.
Hey, son. Hey, son. Just want to let you know there are consequences for your actions.
There are, man, and that is the unfortunate problem. Taking these Cheetos and all this stuff out of these schools is not going to do nothing.
You're right. You're absolutely right. My thing is, I understand what California is trying to do because what's in these snacks, what's in these packaged goods, bro. There's no way that there's any type of food out there that should be able to last years on end. You look at the expiration dates on the Cheetos that you see at 7-Eleven, they're going to be good for the next year and a half. You might be all the way through 2025 before they go bad. Bro, real food don't do that, man. Real food does not do that, bro. What are we putting in our bodies, bro? What are these kids putting in their bodies, man? Who knows? Who knows, bro? It's business. Food is business. Hey, they cutting costs. They trying to increase the profit margin. They not trying to increase your health, bro. So hey, I
I
I
get
bet you I bet you that that them Cheetos and Doritos are messing with these kids' behaviors. Hormones, sugar levels, all type of stuff going on. You know, fake
bro,
food, not fake
we
news, fake food.
had the same thing.
Huh?
We had all the same shit.
Bro, but we played outside, bro. It's different. These kids ain't
And
playing outside, man. They cutting down the kids' recess these days,
that's,
bro.
exactly. These kids don't got consequences. They don't have consequences.
It's okay. It might be okay. You can have a couple bags of Cheetos if you're playing outside. A couple
They
bags of
don't.
Cheetos and then you playing your video game. You on your Call of Duty? No.
And bro, it can't be like it's got to be like some kids that I'm not aware of or something because the little boy that my son runs around. You talk about both of those kids are hell on wheels. They are active. You talk active, sweating, breathing heavy all day. What what their kids do? That's what I want to know. And they play video games and they do everything else like every other kid. But you talk about when it's taken away, boy, it's wrestling time. It's time to get active. We doing this, doing that. I don't understand. What are these kids doing with all this energy that we used to have when we were kids? So y'all, there's no way they're just sitting in front of this iPad aimlessly all day. It cannot be the truth. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it, bro. I refuse to believe it.
Nah, you got a good point, man. You
Get
got
them
a good
outside.
point.
Put the fence up, lock them outside, tell their ass they got to use the water hose, man. Use the water hose water that
It's water
that's what
hose.
oh, ain't nobody drinking tap water no more. And they ain't letting the stuff ain't getting in their organ to break down the Cheetos. Stuff
Hey,
that back ain't getting in
that's
there to break down the Cheetos. And
hey,
Cheetos.
damn right. Damn right. You ain't get that you don't got that dirt on your fingernails. And you bite your
Yeah,
fingernails, they give you that vitamin B12 and that helps with your
kids ain't
digestion, son.
getting worms no more. Stuff like that. That's what we need back, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Go play with some sticks and some mud outside.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you better be
Some more
back
around the shit, man.
you better be back before the street lights come on, or it's that pow pow. You don't want to hear
Work
that pow pow. You better be
out,
back.
man. That's what we going back to, baby. Good times, man.
Great times, man. We'll see how it turns out in California. They're gonna they're gonna make some young rich hustlers, man. Gonna come out of Cali in the next couple of decades. So we'll keep our eyes out of the next Jay Z, 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Rapping about how they came up off the Cheetos ban in California back when they was in middle school. And that's what
Yeah, man.
started them on the hustle. We're gonna hear that album dropping about 20, 2040. The album gonna drop at 2040.
It's all right, bro. You know, they tried to ban alcohol at one point, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just the prohibition out here.
All right, man. Who we got this week, brother? Who we got this week?
Dallas, man.
Dallas.
In Dallas.
You going to Jerry's World?
We're going from the D to the D.
Ooh.
We're going to see which D is better.
Which D is bigger and better?
Yep. The biggest, baddest D.
Whose D line is more stout? Whose D holds the line of scrimmage? Whose D is stuffing the A gap? Huh? Oh God! I think that's DJ. Oh, that's D. That's Deej.
Oh.
Hey man, hey, oh wow, man. No Diddy.
No,
No
dude.
Diddy. No Diddy. Oh shoot, bro. Hey, good luck this weekend, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah.
I'll be a good
All
one.
right, y'all. Till next time, huh?
Till next time, guys. It was good kicking it with y'all.
Till next time, y'all. See y'all on the group chat. Peace.